welcome to episode 70 of the What Shara Made podcast. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer, and a big hello if this is the very first time you're joining me here. I've got a couple of whips, one FO, and two FOs actually, and a couple of acquisitions and a winner to announce. So I'm going to dive straight in with my FOs this time. I usually start with my whips, but I'm going to start with my FOs today. I'm wearing one, and this is one that you wouldn't have seen started or as a whip or anything, because I started it on a bit of a whim after I decided that one of my projects that I thought I was going to get ready for Bendigo was definitely not going to be ready for Bendigo, and I needed something that was going to be ready much faster. So you will remember in my last episode, if you watched it, that I thought I was going to knit another True Friend sweater, and I might have shown you the yarn, but I hadn't cast it on maybe, and I thought I was going to get it done, but there was just no way I was going to get a 4-ply adult size sweater knit before Bendigo. So after a few days working on that, I decided maybe I could knit an 8-ply True Friend sweater and get that done. That would be a bit quicker. So after maybe a day of still knitting on the 4-ply one and thinking this isn't going to work, but I was sort of panic knitting and thinking about what was in my stash, what can I use, oh my god, what am I going to do? I did a bit of stash diving and then cast on and did some real speed knitting, and a few days later I had a sweater, and that's what I'm wearing right now. It is indeed a DK weight True Friend sweater. You can see it here. It is some Bendigo Woolen Mills, might be Stella. It's a bamboo merino blend, I believe. Don't quote me on that, I could be just completely making that up. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I think it's in the emerald colourway. It was something that I've had in my stash for years. I bought it for a different project that just never came to life, clearly, and decided that this would be good. And I had another skein. The stripes are actually a lot more visible in real life than they are on the screen here. Another skein of, I think it's Swish yarn. You might have seen that if you're in Victoria and go to yarn markets. And it was like a variegated sort of browns and greens, and in real life you can indeed see stripes. They're still quite subtle, but yeah. So I made myself a sweater. I think maybe it took 4 days of mad knitting, but it wasn't too mad. I still had time to eat and, do normal life activities. But yeah, I got it finished and blocked and everything in time to wear to Bendigo. So that was quite pleasing, and it fits nicely and it's really comfortable. I'm really happy with it. And I've been getting quite a bit of wear out of it. It's nice, it's not too heavy, but it's still warm. And the yarn's beautiful, the yarn's really nice. Lovely, both yarns are really lovely. And I was able to show it to the lady at the Swish Yarns stall, and she was quite pleased. Because I think I got that Swish Yarns at last year's Bendigo, so 2017, and I wore it to 2018, so that meant I'd used some of my 2018 purchases. I could replace it with a actually it could have even been 2016, because I don't think I only bought one skein of yarn at 2017 Bendigo, and that wasn't it, so it might have even been 2016. So I made room for another purchase, and yeah, I did indeed make another purchase this year. So that was good, to get some deep stash out and into a garment. That was quite good. Very pleased. And my next FO is something that had I started it? Maybe, I'm not sure, anyway, it's not important because now it's finished. You would have seen this on Instagram if you follow me there, and it's presently in testing. Can I get the whole thing in the screen? No, I can't. Yeah. So, got tassels. Woo, tassels. Some people are obsessed with pom-poms. I'm obsessed with tassels. So, tassels. And you might be interested to see what it looks like on the reverse side as well. It's actually not unattractive on the reverse side, which is good because obviously when you're wearing a shawl, inevitably it's going to flip to the other side as well, and you don't want the reverse side of your shawl to be ugly because then you'll be worrying about it flipping around, so you'll always be fiddling with the shawl and you don't want to do that. So this is my Arctura shawl, and this is my latest design, and it's presently with my testers who are all amazing. They're so good. One person's already even finished their shawl. Maria, that's you, congratulations, and you speed demon. And it's beautiful. Maria's shawl is really gorgeous. All my testers have chosen beautiful colours and they're all doing a gorgeous job, so that's just really amazing. I'm so pleased. So that should be ready and available at the beginning of September. That's my plan, so fingers crossed that it is. This is the first one I've knit, and I actually knit a second one, which has actually gone off in the mail as a present to someone, so I can't show you that, but I might slot a photo in here. So that's the second one. You may have seen that in my last episode because I actually started knitting that and then ran out of yarn and had to get some more. So yeah, I think I did discuss that in the last episode. That's the one I showed you. So I made 2 so far, and it's actually quite an easy knit because mosaic knitting, which this is here, even though it's colour work, you only use one colour per row, so you're not trying to deal with 2 different yarns, 2 different strands, or 2 different colours per row, which is good. And it's just a matter of slipping and knitting particular stitches in a particular order, so it's quite easy. Not a lot of concentrating because it's really just working in a grid, and you only have to concentrate on one side because the reverse side, your work's already telling you what you need to do, so it's pretty easy. It's very achievable. I guess it just requires a little bit of patience, and that's about it. So anybody could make this. Anyone who can knit could make this because there's not even any purl stitches in it, just knitting. So that's the shawl, and it's gigantic. It's bigger than my wingspan, so I can't even hold the whole thing up at once. And I've been wearing this every single day since I have made it, and every time I wear it I get a lot of comments and people stopping me and asking me about it, and yeah, it's been really good. And I think last time I spoke to you I mentioned I was trying to finish it in time to wear to a friend's wedding, and I did. I finished it in time, thank goodness. And I wore it to the wedding and it was lovely, and the wedding was beautiful. It was great, so that was really good. So that's that one, and you can see this on my Instagram. If you follow my Instagram, you see all the new patterns as they come along, and you'll see every time I make a call for testers, and that always pops up in the Ravelry group as well. So if ever you're wondering about that, you'll always see updates in both those places. So that's Arcturus. And now I can move on to my whips. The True Friend sweater that I was talking about earlier, that I made this instead of, that is this here. It's still going. I didn't unravel it or anything. It's still happening. So I've got the front done, and I've just started the back. Only a teeny tiny little back at the moment. And I'm using this gorgeous yarn called Aubergine, which is by Lovebird Lane. It's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. I'm really enjoying it. I might hold it up a little bit closer so you can get the true effect of it. It's really beautiful, and that's quite accurate actually. That's quite an accurate colour representation. And the stripes are going to be in this one here. Dreadful yarn lighting, don't even look at it. And this is Circus Tonic Handmade, and I think it's European Goldfinch. No, it's not. It's not that colourway. It was a charity colourway, but I don't think it had a name. Maybe. I think I discussed this last time. Anyway, that's going to be the stripes. So they're going to be quite different. So unlike this one where the stripes are really subtle, the stripes on this one are going to be very bold, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be really cool. So if you can't tell, the True Friend sweater pattern is one of my favourites. I love wearing it. I love making it. It's super easy. I can pretty much make it without the pattern now. So that's handy. So that is still going, and that's one of my whips. This version, the DK weight version, there isn't a pattern for the DK weight version, but it's a really, really simple pattern. So all I did was take measurements from the 4-ply versions that I've made and just do a little swatch with my yarn, make some calculations from that, and it was dead easy to make a DK weight version. It wasn't complicated at all. In fact, I don't think I even made any notes because it was just so basic, the conversion between the two. So yeah, there's not a pattern for the DK weight version, but you could definitely figure it out. It's not tricky. And this here is my next whip, and it's a design whip, and I think I'm hoping I can get it finished this afternoon. That's my plan anyway, if I don't get distracted. It is this here. You can see what's happening there. Starts at one side. And it's going to go and get skinnier so that it's a mirror of that side, obviously. And it is Milpost Merino, the yarn. It doesn't want to show accurate colours, but it's the mustard colourway and the natural colourway. And Milpost Merino were actually generous enough to give me this yarn, yarn support for this design, so that was awesome. They're so lovely at Milpost Merino. So this is a really, really special design because they have done that for me. So I'm really excited to be able to get this to my testers, this pattern, so that I can have it released and other people can start making it. So it takes 2 100-gram balls of Milpost Merino in the 4-ply or fingering weight, but you could probably use any 4-ply or fingering weight yarn, but it works particularly well in this yarn because of the particular texture and feel of this yarn, so it does work beautifully in this yarn. I wish you could feel it because it is so beautiful. I know I've talked about the Milpost Merino before and it feels like a little cloud or a little chickie, like a little chicken. Wonder if I can bring it up closer to the screen. Doesn't like it when I do that. The screen doesn't like those. Doesn't like it when I bring things close, but you get the idea of what's happening with the design. So it's once it's been blocked as well, it's going to be quite. I wanted something really striking, and I wanted the piece to have a little bit of structure, but I wanted something that was going to be really striking. It actually reminds me a little bit of old-fashioned wallpaper, but anyway, in a good way. I love wallpaper, but anyway. But also something a bit nautical and a bit astronomical. But that's a bit hard for me to articulate. But anyway, it's also going to have tassels. But of course, the tassels are always optional. I do try and explain that to my testers though. You don't have to put the tassels on. I just love tassels. So yeah, of course, you never have to put the tassels on. They're just optional. But I love tassels. So yeah, I got most of the second half done at my knit night last night, so that was great. And someone said to me last night at midnight, "You're really quiet." I was like, "Oh, I just really, really want to finish this." So yeah, I got most of that second half done yesterday. I'm like, oh god, I would really like to finish it this afternoon. I just want to block it, get the tassels on it, and see it in all its glory, because I want to know what it looks like when it's finished. Because I've got the idea in my head. I did the little swatch. I literally did the swatch the day I got home from Bendigo because I was so excited about it, and I knew exactly what I wanted it to look like. And once I did the swatch, then I was like, oh my god, I have to custom. So yeah, I just want to get it finished because I want to see what it looks like. So yeah, very happy about this. Can't wait to have it finished, can't wait to get it to the testers. So, and I'm still looking for testers, more testers. So I've got a couple, I need a few more. So I will put a call out on Instagram and in the Ravelry group. So if you're interested in testing this, sure. That'd be great. It's also just knitting. There's no pearls, just knitting, and it's mosaic knitting. Very, very easy, really basic. Increases and decreases, really basic. It's really a simple, relaxing, easy, intuitive knit. Very easy to remember. Your work tells you what you need to do. You barely need to look at the pattern really after the first couple of repeats. So it's a really, really good one. It's actually a pretty quick knit, so yeah, good one. So if that looks like something that appeals to you, striking and I think modern, I don't know. Anyway, that's subjective. Yeah, keep an eye on the Instagram and Ravelry, and sign up if you feel like that's something you'd like to do. And now I'm on to my Bendigo acquisitions. So, in no particular order, I got this Tandy Polworth, and I also did realise maybe about 6 weeks ago that I'm pretty sure I've been spelling Polworth incorrectly. So if I've ever written Polworth with an O instead of an A, so Polworth instead of Polwarth, please forgive me. I'm just a moron, and I was spelling it phonetically. So yeah, about 6 weeks ago I saw it written somewhere and I just went, yeah, I don't think I've been writing it like that. Oh, Makes total sense now that I've seen it like that. I was like, yeah, I've definitely have not been writing it like that. So other people have probably been reading me writing it incorrectly, thinking, it's interesting. So yeah, that was interesting to find that out. That goodness knows how long I've been writing it incorrectly. So anyway, back to the yarn. Pole Wath is this one here. So you can see it here. There's the information. And yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And this is to go with some Polworth that I got last year, maybe earlier. No, it must have been last year. I got some white and some really dark brown, and I want to put them together in a project. And I think they could work in something like the Arcturus shawl together. All those three natural colours, I think they could look really amazing together. All from Tandy, so that's why this one came home with me. And I think it's a pretty big, 150 grams, 530 metres, so that's a pretty big skein. So I think I like that one. And I got this amazing skein from Pirate Pearls Yarn. Hello Katrina and beautiful ladies. So I've got this gorgeous one. Oh my god, that colour is so beautiful. So this is a nice interesting blend of 90% Polworth, 10% silk. And I thought this might be an interesting yarn to experiment with some non-nylon socks. So the silk content could be a good replacement for the nylon in sock yarn. So I'm going to do a little experiment with that and make myself some socks with this. Well, that's the plan anyway, and see how well they wear. So that's the plan for this beautiful, beautiful skein. Oh my god, this is so gorgeous. It took me so long to choose a colour of this because the colours of the Pirate Pearls yarn is still my beating heart. Is so beautiful, and this, I wish you could feel it. So gorgeous. And I got another skein there as well as a gift for someone else, and that was a bit easier to choose because I know what colour that person likes. So that was that beautiful skein. And I got this skein from Pearl Box Oyster Yarns, and this is a lace weight, and it's 55% blue face Leicester wool, so BFL, and 45% silk, and it's 600 metres. And I've got a little bit of a plan for this, and I fell in love with the colour, and I never ever use lace weight because it takes too long to work with. That's why. But I've got a plan for this, I think. But I'll tell you about that when I start doing it. And this colour is called Fortune Teller, and it's absolutely beautiful. Oh my god! As soon as I walked into their booth, I was just like, oh, I don't think I can leave that there. And they're so lovely at Pearl Box as well that I had to get it. I love it. It's so beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, and I love BFL, so it was an easy choice. So I can't wait to make the thing that I've got planned for this. And I think this was the very first thing I bought. As soon as I got in the gate, I rushed down to the shed where this seller was, and I bought these two. So more Nunabar. Let me see. So these two gorgeous skeins. This one's called Winter Green, and this one's called Willow. And they're both on the white gum wool base, and they're both fingering weight yarns. And I've got a project in mind for these. So it's a design that I've had in mind for quite some time, and I think I can make it work. I think it only needs 2 skeins, I think, and I think I can make it happen, and these are the perfect colours for that design, so I'm really excited about that. So I've got to get a few other things finished before I can start that one, but I'm really excited about it. And funny little story about this. A few minutes after I bought this, I bumped into a friend and I said, "Oh, what have you bought?" And she pulled out of her bag these two skeins. I went, "Oh, it's a coincidence." And I pulled out of my bag these two skeins, and we both bought the exact same yarn. So good, great minds think alike. And I also got these two amazing skeins of self-striping sock yarn. So, oh my god, they're so beautiful. So these are both from Heather Made, whose sock yarn I've shown you before. And I really, really love Heather Made sock yarn. It's really beautiful. She's got her sock yarn available on Etsy, and it's really gorgeous. I can highly recommend it. This one is called Eucalypt, and this one is called Tempered Steel. They're both beautiful, and she's a lovely woman as well. So that was an easy purchase. And I also stopped by the Great Ocean Road Wool and Mill, and I didn't buy any wool because I bought cotton. And this is 100% Australian grown and processed cotton. So it's grown and processed in Australia. They process it at the Great Ocean Road Mill. So I got the natural, but I also got the indigo dyed one as well. And I'm going to make myself a summer sweater, or spring sweater. It's a bit hard to wear sweaters in summer here because it's a million degrees. So a bit of stripy action, a bit nautical. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with that. So I got a sweater's worth. I stood there for ages with my calculator and my tape measure and all sorts of stuff and figured out how much I needed, and hopefully I've figured it out correctly, because if I haven't, then I don't know, I'm going to have to make myself a t-shirt, or I don't know. Anyway, I'll be able to wangle it and hopefully get it right. So yeah, these beautiful cottons here. And the very last thing is, I just need a drink. I've been talking too much and I think I've got some fluff in my throat. Is this amazing project bag. I couldn't leave it behind. I've got a little bit of a thing for pineapples. So this is from My Creative Garage, as you can see here. And I also got some glittery yarn. I don't really get into glittery yarn, but I couldn't leave that behind because I immediately could imagine myself wearing a pair of glittery socks made out of that, so I could not leave that behind. And it's called Diamonds in the Sky, and I'm a bit of a sucker for a good yarn name, and that really appealed to me. So yep, that was easy, that one. So they are all my amazing acquisitions, and I had an amazing time at Bendigo. I got to meet heaps of amazing people who I know purely online, and I got to meet them in real life, and that included lovely Nina from Give Me a Crown. So that was nice. We were staying at the same hotel, so we kept bumping into each other a lot, which was really cool. And I got to meet Vanessa from My Creative Garage, which was really awesome. I met her briefly last year as well, so it was really nice to see her again this year. And lovely Deanne from 80 Day Designs, and hello Deanne. And really briefly I got to say hello to Nicole from the Call Girl Collective and from the Yarn Adelaide podcast. Hello Nicole, I wish we had the chance to speak a little more because I was desperate to see you and meet you in real life, but it was very fleeting. And Christine, hello. I don't want to forget anyone. I shouldn't have mentioned anyone's names because now if I forget anyone, they might be upset. I got to meet heaps of people who were really lovely and awesome and amazing and cool. yeah, I went to the Women of War luncheon, which was amazing. It was really good. I really enjoyed the speakers. They were really interesting as always. I got to pet lots of interesting animals and see all sorts of different amazing sheep breeds. And pet some alpacas, and um, I gave a big gorgeous Hereford bull a brush, which was probably a highlight. He was adorable, and his name was Nevada. Um, and ate lots of amazing food, drank lots of good wine. It was really great. Went out for meals with lots of lovely people, and it was really a really great time. Made lots of new friends, got to see lots of old friends. It was really, really good. I stayed an extra day in Bendigo so I could go walk around Bendigo and just relax and have a bit of free time, and that was really good as well. So that was, yeah, it was really good. Really enjoyed myself. So that was good. Made some interesting contacts, and we've started doing some projects and collaborations together. So that was really fantastic. Really excited about that. That's it. And the last thing I need to do is announce the winner for the July year-long stash busting craft along pattern winner. Now I'm not going to do it live on air because my internet just will not do that at the moment. So if you can see your name here, congratulations, you are the July winner of the pattern for the year-long stash busting craft along. You may see me frequently looking that way, and that's where my big window is, and it is really, really windy today. You may have been able to hear that throughout the podcast today. It is blowing a gale, and we've had heaps and heaps of weather warnings today because of the damaging winds, and everything's going crazy outside. And I could just hear like stuff flying through the yard, and so that's why I kept looking out there. But everything seems to still be upright and intact, so excellent. I hope the weather is being kind where you are. I know a few places around the world are experiencing some extreme conditions at the moment, so hopefully you're staying cool or staying warm or staying upright wherever you are. So take care, everyone, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.